These 43 facts sound completely made up. Every single one is verified and true. By number 10, you'll be questioning reality. Let's go. Every single one is true. What if I told you the heaviest spoonful possible? 1 teaspoon of a neutron star would weigh billions of tons. That's the weight of every human on Earth in a teaspoon. What if I told you everything else is rounding error? The sun holds 99.8% of all the mass in our solar system. Every planet, moon, and asteroid shares the leftover 0.2%. Nobody talks about this: Mercury's endless day. On Mercury, a single day lasts longer than its entire year. One sunrise to the next takes 176 Earth days. Nobody talks about this: space has a smell. Astronauts say space smells like seared steak and hot metal. The scent clings to their suits after spacewalks. This sounds fake. The moon is leaving. The moon is drifting away from Earth about 4 centimeters every year. Days on Earth get slightly longer as it goes. What if I told you Saturn floats? Saturn is so light it would float in water if you could find a big enough bathtub. It's mostly gas, less dense than water. This sounds fake. An ocean wider than the moon. The Pacific Ocean is wider than the moon. At its widest, 5 moons would fit across it side by side. This sounds fake. Everest would drown. If you dropped Mount Everest into the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be underwater, with about 2 kilometers of water to spare. Underwater lakes exist? No, really. There are lakes and rivers on the ocean floor, with their own shores and waves. The water in them is so salty it refuses to mix with the sea. This sounds fake. This animal cheats death. One jellyfish species can reverse its aging and start life over. Scientists call Turritopsis dorynae the immortal jellyfish. Nobody talks about this: arms that think. 2/3 of an octopus's neurons are in its arms, not its head. Each arm can taste, touch, and act on its own. What if I told you a heart you could sit in? A blue whale's heart is about the size of a small car. It beats as slowly as 2 times per minute on deep dives. A tongue heavier than you? No, really. A blue whale's tongue can weigh as much as an elephant. It's the largest animal that has ever existed, bigger than any dinosaur. What if I told you you digest metal? Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve metal. Your stomach survives by replacing its lining every few days. What if I told you you shrink every day? You are about 1 centimeter taller in the morning than at night. Gravity compresses your spine's discs all day long. What if I told you there's a nail inside you? Your body contains enough iron to forge a small nail. Most of it is busy carrying oxygen in your blood. Nobody talks about this. You are glowing right now. Humans literally glow. We emit light too faint for our eyes to see. Cameras have captured it. It's 1,000 times below what eyes detect. What if I told you smarter than a light bulb? Barely. Your brain runs on about 20 watts less than most light bulbs. Supercomputers need megawatts to compete with it. What if I told you your nose is a supercomputer? Your nose can distinguish about 1 trillion different scents. Smell is also the sense most tightly wired to memory. This sounds fake. The ocean's knockout artist. A mantis shrimp's punch accelerates faster than a bullet. The strike briefly boils the water around it. What if I told you the unkillable animal? Tardigrades can survive the vacuum of space. Boil them, freeze them, irradiate them, they come back. Nobody talks about this. This animal regrows its brain. Axolotls can regrow limbs, their spinal cord, and even parts of their brain. Scientists study them hoping to unlock human regeneration. A 3-year nap? No, really. Some desert snails can sleep for 3 years straight. They seal their shells and wait for rain. Nobody talks about this. Never anger crow. Crows can recognize human faces and hold grudges for years. They even teach other crows who to distrust. This sounds fake. Nature invented dice. Wombats poop in cubes. Almost no other animal does. The cubes stack, so they don't roll off the rocks they mark. This sounds fake. Nature's only reverse gear. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards. Their wings beat up to 80 times per second. Nobody talks about this. Faster than a supercar. A cheetah can go from 0 to 100 km/h in about 3 seconds. That launch beats most Ferraris. Nobody talks about this. Death by molasses, really. 1919. A giant wave of molasses flooded Boston at 35 km/h. A storage tank burst, releasing over 8 million liters. Peak cat devotion? No, really. Ancient Egyptians shaved their eyebrows to mourn their cats. Harming a cat could carry the death penalty. Nobody talks about this. Star Wars met the guillotine. France last used the guillotine in 1977, the same year Star Wars premiered. Same planet, same year. Nobody talks about this. A war shorter than lunch. The shortest war in history lasted only 38 minutes. Britain versus Zanzibar, 1896. It ended before breakfast was over. What if I told you Harvard predates calculus? Harvard University was founded before calculus was invented. Founded 1636, Newton published decades later. What if I told you Roman dental care was cursed? Ancient Romans used urine as mouthwash. The ammonia in it actually whitens teeth. Please don't. Nobody talks about this. The first bug had wings. The first computer bug was a real moth found in a Harvard computer in 1947. The engineers taped it into the logbook. It still exists. The world's worst alarm? No, really. The first alarm clock could only ring at one time, 4 a.m. Its inventor simply woke at 4 every day. No snooze. Your keyboard is sabotage? No, really. The QWERTY layout was designed partly to stop typewriter keys from jamming. We kept the fix long after the problem disappeared. The medieval email sign? No, really. The @ symbol is centuries older than email. Merchants used it in the 1500s for units of goods. Nobody talks about this. Phones beat plumbing. More people on Earth have access to mobile phone than to toilet. A UN study made this famous, and it still holds. What if I told you lonely guinea pigs are illegal? In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig because they need company. They are legally recognized as social animals. Nobody talks about this. The forbidden gum. Selling chewing gum is banned in Singapore. The ban began after gum kept jamming train doors. Earth is leaking helium? No, really. Helium is so light that Earth's gravity can't hold it. It escapes to space. Every party balloon is a one-way trip. What if I told you same atoms, different fate? Diamonds and pencil lead are both pure carbon. Only the arrangement of atoms makes one priceless. What if I told you all of it, 3 pools? All the gold ever mined would fit into about 3 Olympic swimming pools. Every ring, coin, and vault on Earth combined. 43 facts, 0 lies. If even one of these broke your brain, subscribe. We post a new verified fact every single day, and tomorrow's is wilder than anything you just heard. New facts every day.